Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to be making our rabbit hutch without any plans or anything like that. So I just kind of wanted to take you guys along with us since it is our first time building our rabbit hutch. And we were going to do it 8 feet long and divide it into 3 sections, but that's my husband. But we decided to make it 10 foot long and divide it into 4 sections so we could have 2 does, a buck, and then a grow out pin. So that's what we're gonna attempt to do today. Are you gonna help us build? Yeah? All right, come on up. I'll wait for you. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
My legs are tired.
Your legs are tired?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta go build this hutch. Come on.
Okay.
All right. You ready to work? You got that pencil in there?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna help? All right.
Yeah,
I need you to chop them. So line it up with that mark. And then remember, we can see it here.
Okay, so what we did here is take 2 10-foot 2x4s, and then the 2x4s were actually about 10 feet and a half inch, so we cut that ½ inch off to make everything even. And then we have boards in between. These boards are 2 foot long, so our coop is going to be 2 foot wide. And then right now we just measured out the boards, and we're gonna space each of these 2-footers 2.5 feet apart to give us an equal amount of bays. So we'll have 4 bays in here. That's not the right side.
This is the right pencil. Ow!
All right, now everything's put together, screwed in after being measured. Next step, since this is the base of our rabbit hutch, we are going to lay down the wire on the bottom, and I think we're just gonna staple that in.
It'll all get pinned with the 2x4s anyway.
Okay, so we're gonna staple it on, and then it'll be pinned in between 2x4s. So let's put that on. So we are taking the base apart because the wire I bought over here is 2 foot wide, which is what we're making the base, is 2 foot wide. Well, we cut our 2x4s here at 2 feet, not taking into account the thickness of these. So we have to take this all apart and cut down these center boards to make end to end 2 feet long. So we're gonna do that real quick.
All right, do it again. All right, good.
Good job, bud.
Scoot. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10.
10 foot.
No, there's 10.
Okay, so there it is. 2 feet wide total. So make sure you measure if you're doing a 10 foot, make sure you measure your 2x4's thickness and then subtract it from your center.
That's
So
good.
do you remember the length of those small boards? 21 3/4 is what it ended up.
Not sure.
Something like that.
I know it was total 3 inches shorter than 2 foot.
Yeah, so we had to chop off in those center braces. We had to chop off 3 inches off each one, and which is easier than going to the store, returning our wire, and getting wider wire. So now we are going to finally fit.
Yep.
So now it fits across, when before it was 3 inches short. So we're gonna staple this on now. All right, we have the bottom hardwire cloth on there. I ended up getting 1/2 inch hardwire cloth because that is big enough for rabbit poop to fall through, so they're not standing in it. So, do you know what's next? I don't know what's next.
Walls.
Walls. We're gonna
Front and back.
front and back walls. Okay, so here is going to be the back of the rabbit cage. So what we did is we cut the center support boards 19 inches, and then we laid our 10-foot 2x4 across them and toe-nailed each of those in. So the reason why we only cut them at 19 inches is because the wire that we're gonna put on the back, we wanted it to be able to staple into the top and the bottom. So we wanted to make sure to leave enough room so we didn't have any gaps in our wire. All right, so we didn't start with the wire on the back. We actually started with the frame on the front. And if you look this way, the front frame is actually taller than the back frame. We put about a 10% slope on it, just so when rain falls on top of it, it will drip off the back. So to make that taller, we just added an extra 2x10 to the bottom. And we're just kind of framing this in right now. And we still need to screw the top on, so let's do that real quick. So this may look a little bit different from where we left off, but when I went in to cook dinner that night, he did a little bit more, but I can show you real quick. Right here, we had some extra deck boarding from when we built our dock. So he's putting that on the ends here, and then in between each cage here. So that's pretty much all he did. So instead of having to buy even more wire, we're just using these deck boards to save money. Yeah? We're putting those all in between. And then this right here, he actually went to a local scrapyard and got a big pile of them right there for, I want to say $20. $25 for that huge pile, and it's way more than we need for this. Like, we'll probably have 15 pieces left. So I will do a video on the price breakdown when we're done with all of this, but I think each of these sheets came out to, I don't know, like $2.10 a piece for each board. So that's going to be our roof. Those are not fixed yet. We're just kind of looking to see what they look like. So right now we're going to go ahead and finish the separating walls from each cage, and then we're going to start on the doors. So let me show you real quick. Here's one side with those deck boards on the side, and this is going to help with as a windbreak kind of. And then here, see, since we're using reclaimed stuff, some of them are a different sizes, but we have enough for all of the dividers, and we're just gonna make it work. Maybe I should move it over. Okay, so what we have to do here now is that since our top is at an angle, we have to measure and cut out of this top board to make it fit. So we did it on this one. You see we had to notch it out there to make it fit. So that's what he's doing now. So I wasn't talking about it while he was doing it, but what he did was shave this board so it became a little bit more flush since the angle of the roof. And then he spaced them out with the, what do you call it, speed square?
Yeah.
With the speed square, which he also used when he was building our dock. So there's another wall complete. All right, all the walls or all the separators are in. I love the look of it. I know traditionally people use wire to separate the rabbits, but I mean, we already had this wood. We hadn't done anything with it for like a year and a half. And to save money on having to buy more wire, we decided to use that instead. Now he did space them out as you saw with the speed square. So they still will get airflow in there, but it won't be awful.